Yeah, I've just got a couple of points that have been brought up. Parking seems to be quite a popular one. And one nice thing is with the sale of the fire hall property across the street, we still maintain 35 commercial parking spots there. There's also a parking lot directly behind the theater. Okay, and in future, if need be, because eventually this town hall will have to be redeveloped, and this is potentially a parkade site as well. So it could be town hall, parkade, whatever. So I mean, we have that option, but we're also looking at, say, a $50 million tax hit. So we have to go to the resident and say, I mean, do you want to increase your taxes that much to provide extra parking, which, according to our parking studies, we're not there yet, right? And we'd also, if you do that, we'd also have to have paid parking on the street, paid parking in parkades, kind of take away the small town charm. So I'm more towards leaning to listening to what we've heard from all of these parking studies that we've had. But we have the option of building, and I would imagine that North Saanich would be happy to donate at least $25 million of that, because most people from North Saanich to come use the theater. So we can work with the next council there on that one. There's a lot of talk about we don't want the 6 stories. We don't want the theaters. We don't want the 6 stories. Well, the developers basically said that without that, the project isn't financially viable. And it's the same with the variance for the parking spots. The developer has said that I will do this for the community, but even his pockets are only so deep, right? So he said you can have one or the other. So I mean, for me tonight, it's an easy decision to support the putting the feeders in, as opposed to putting a gun to the developer's head and just see whether he wants to play Mexican roulette, right? Because I think he's serious about walking. So there's that. A lot of comments tonight about the OCP that will be reviewed in 2019. And you have to remember that's a $100,000 to $200,000 project, and that's where we hire contractors to do it. But what this council's done for the last 4 years is all those neat little studies you've seen, even like the West Sydney local area plan, the waterfront plan, street, for all that stuff. What we've done is we've provided the tools for the people who are going to do the OCP review to do it correctly, so we don't have to do it twice or not do a good job at it. So that is in the works. And yeah, so I mean, well, the other thing too is I think it's important that, like I as mayor and when I was on council, I support the vision that was created 25 years ago. It took a long time, and 6 stories is envisioned in this area. It's unfortunate that it wasn't enshrined in the zoning, because it makes it difficult each time we do this, because it says 4 stories in the OCP, but in the LAP you can go up to 6 stories, and we go through this time and time again. Everybody gets all wired up, right? But it's actually, this has been the plan forever, and we've had some really great comments tonight about all these new residents that come in and really enjoy our town. And I think that's one of my main jobs, is to make Sydney as vibrant and welcoming and safe as I can, and council does. I mean, we've done a really good job over the last 4 years to welcome new residents, but those new residents shop in the stores and keep the stores financially viable. They go to the theater, they keep the theater viable, right? And another thing is we have a lot of seniors on fixed incomes. Okay, so with these new buildings comes substantial tax revenue, and that's how we've been able to keep our taxes almost down to 0 for the last 4 years, even as we build a new fire hall. I won't get into the finances on that, but even on that we're going to make money. Okay, so all these things have to click, and we have to make sure we provide the proper environment for developers to thrive, for our residents to just love being here, right? And, safety on the streets, and yeah, and we'll get to the parking. But when we do that, don't forget it's a major tax hit, and then you got to get your quarters up, start feeding machines and stuff. So I think we want to put that one off as long as possible, right? It's worth walking an extra couple hundred feet. Yeah, you may not be able to park directly in front of the restaurant. You may have to, park a half a block away. But I think that's doable.